Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we all doing today? Hope we all had a safe and productive week. Last week was probably the saddest day, one of the saddest days that would probably be in my life. As you all heard, or if you didn't hear, the drummer from the band Rush, Neil Peart, passed away. Now, I don't know if you guys knew, or if I ever mentioned it on the channel, I was a drummer for over 20 years. I played in a marching band, I played in a rock and roll band. I picked up drums at a young age in a marching band that was in our Catholic church. And I first saw Rush during the 2112 album, and I was mesmerized at the concert with this guy's drum kit. And he was pretty much my idol. Now you would think, wow, like Norm Abrams or somebody. Yes, I do love them, but this guy I really, when I was younger, look up to. And I still follow them to this day. I still tap drums to this day. I got rid of my drum set years ago, but he just was my idol. My wife got into him. I saw them about 12 times in concert. My wife about 4 or 5 times with me. My brother-in-laws, all my friends. And when I got the phone call Friday at dinner with my wife and my daughter, I blurted out, "Oh my God," my wife thought that a family member died. I was devastated, and I've been listening to Rush for the past week. He was not just, he was the greatest drummer. Just the way he played, influenced many drummers today, followed many drummers, was a great man, very smart, wrote all the lyrics for their music. I'm just beyond sad of his passing, and I just wanted to speak my piece on my channel about him, because he was just the band, the way they weren't druggies, they weren't into women or into booze. And yes, they did. I mean, I think the worst thing that ever happened to that band was the guitarist Alex Lifeson here in Florida at his son's birthday got arrested for disorderly conduct. He was drunk at the son's birthday party. The police were called. I think that was like the only incident that ever happened. But just the way he was, I never really met them. I never got backstage. And even if he did, he was just a shy person. And, he didn't even, at the last concert, he went on stage to thank everyone. And Getty and Alex were like, "What the heck is this?" And he never did it. He just ran off stage. Most of the time he'd freshen up, get on his motorcycle, and drive to the next venue with his handler. I just respected the man greatly. His teachings and watching him once YouTube came out, that was another thing that I did a lot of watching, was him, and trying to specifically him just at the camera view of the drum. I would just watch him and just listen to the songs, and we were just massive fans of the band. And we saw him here in Florida a few years ago, probably about 7 years ago. We saw him in Orlando. On a whim, we were driving to Disney, and my wife, we saw it on the sign at the Orlando, was at the Forum there, and we got tickets right as we were driving on our phone, just to go there and see them. So, may he rest in peace. He'll be sorely missed. I heard that their music sales, I read, in 1 week had gone up 2,000%. Their music was really good, and his drumming was just phenomenal. And I miss him dearly. And it was sad when the band stopped. And they are of age, and how many more years could they play? We were sad about that, and I still watch the video. I still have it on DVR. That last, they videotaped the last year of concerts, and his last concert was in California, and it was very sad. And a lot of fans, wow, we'll never see him again. Fans seen them hundreds of times. They traveled all around the world to see this band, and it took a long time for them to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they finally did it. And wow. Okay, well, that's my piece, and Neil, and he's going to be sorely missed. And then on Sunday, I was going to preparing, to do some work out here, and my daughter called up and her water heater ruptured. Not leaked, ruptured. Like it was a busted pipe. So my wife and my son and I ran over, and my other daughter with her boyfriend got there ahead of time, and my other daughter and boyfriend, and I don't know how many hundreds of gallons of water we took up with the vacuum and got the furniture out. I got the water to stop, and it was just a fiasco. And she was leaving the next day for her birthday trip to Disney with her boyfriend. So it was a good scene that weekend. So, all right. I did get, I'm not going to really do the unboxing, but I finally got my Milwaukee cordless router. And I picked up one of these. I'm going to try it. I'm going to put it in my shop. It's the wall plate for the Packout system. So I'm going to try it and see what it's like. And maybe I'll do a little video. I'm going to mount this on the wall in my shop because I got no room here to do it. So, all right, today I had an idea to build something. I build the models, and I build all different types of models. And what I do is I come out here and I have that little spray booth, and I spray. And basically what I do is I take these cheap, surgical scissor clamps, and I put them onto the piece, just clamp it, spray it, prime it. And then I shove them into the Sortainer drawers. But I also have these little things, which it's a Japanese product, and it's a little alligator clip that clips also the piece on, if I can get to it. And then I have a little, like a stand with holes in it, but I just stick them into styrofoam bases. But I do this out here. And I got every extended drawer hanging. I got stuff all over the place because I got a ton of these. And I just got a delivery today from, I'll get into it in a second, but here's more of those. These are 50, and they're skewers, and they're not really great, but they got these alligator clips. You push them on, and then you shove them into the styrofoam. So what I wanted to do was build something that I can hang a couple of these clips on and a couple of those alligator clips from the channel that I use for my mics, my lights, and when I do overhead, my camera mounts. So what I came up with was this 1.5 by 1.5 poplar dowel, and I already pre-cut some oak 3/8 inch dowels that, whoa, I almost lost them. Then we're going to drill some holes through these. Then we're going to drill some holes on an angle so that we can put in and I'm going to crisscross them. I'm going to put a 1/4 inch lag bolt that I can and you'll see it. I'm not going to move the camera this second. And I'm going to hang it from up here where I have this 4-sided channel. And it'll just sit there to dry. And, the garage gets nice and warm. So we'll go from there. All right. First thing I want to do is I have a pretty crappy end here, and I want to try, I finally set up my Japanese plane, and I want to see, since this is not going to be very pretty, I want to see how it works. I followed an instructional video on YouTube to set up the plane. So let's see. And this here is a little bit rough. So let's see what happens. Wow. Now you know why they have those competitions to see how thin they can get this stuff. No, and I didn't do a video on it because it took me a whole day of messing with this thing. Wow, very nice. Very nice. I have the drill bit already set up in the drill press. And I'll show you why I'm actually building this. This hobby store that I go to, Hurricane Hobbies, had a customer that was an Army vet, and he was an M551 Sheridan tank driver. And he bought a 1/16 scale Sheridan tank, radio controlled. And he took it home and realized he can't put it together. Okay, let me grab the box. This is it. Oh, that's it. Tamiya, radio controlled, forward, reverse, left, right, pivots, turret revolves, elevates, lights go on, searchlight go on. It sounds exactly like a Sheridan. Plus, when you fire it, the tank moves back. There's a strobe light inside the barrel, and the barrel recalls. Japanese. Well, I started building it. He basically said, look, I know a guy that does RC, and he can build this for you. So I met the guy, liked him, gave him a price. He liked it, and now is taking up pretty much all of my hobby room. Just got the radio today because the radio had to come special order to operate this thing. So I got it yesterday on Saturday. So I'm going to spend the rest of this weekend putting it together, and I still have a little bit of painting to do. But I painted most of it in the whole garage, and you can't work. With this thing, you can't work. At least with this, I can move it somewhere if I have something to hang it. Can't get the dust on it, so. All right, we're going to start out with 2 inches. And then I'm going to go 4, 8, 8. Okay. So we're going to start with that. This is a new saddle block from Woodpecker. Pretty cool, I like it. And then we want to be at it's got all the multiple holes in it. Gives a nice line. Okay, then turn it this way. Now we want to be in between that, so I want to try to get as many dowels in as I can, and I'm just going to eyeball this. Here, 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 and here. And I think I'm center. Good enough for government work. Okay. All right. We pretty much see it. All right. Let's get the camera over to the drill press. I already have that set up. Beautiful here in Florida, so I could leave the door open. And let's get this zoomed in here. crazy with every single one of them. I ain't gluing these in. I'm leaving these so that they can be removed. Okay, now that I got that, we're going to drill now in between, just on an angle. See, so now that will just fit right into there on an angle. Okay, now the piece to hang this. Silly me. Made that thread big enough. That's all I want to go. A little more. Okay. They ain't gonna be removable, I'll tell you that right now. They're staying where they are. Look at that. That'll have a clamp. I couldn't plan that better. Ah! Won't do it. Looks like almost like a bird tree. Yeah, we see it. There we are. And that's where I'm going to do it. Just like that. Little hangy thing. Looks like birds can land on it. Now I'm just going to drill a couple more holes and I'll finish it. But that's it. Well, you know, it looks like a mace. One of those maces from the medieval movies. Oh yeah, let me show you. This is how a little quick and easy way to, the way I cut these dowels. So I needed 6-inch dowels. So I took 2 of these Festool stops, put this down, marked 6 inches on the board, and took one of these clamps to clamp it down so it don't move. Took my dowel, butted up against that. I have my 6-inch mark right there on the board. Use the pull saw. Pushed it up against this stop and then just kept doing it. And of course the last one will fall off the table. And that's it. And that gave me my dowels. How many more do I have here? Yeah, I have enough. I thought 3 dowels were going to be enough. So alright, you know how much of a tool nut I am with what I got. Well, I had to look for some stuff to build the tank, and I came across models I've done years ago called Gundam. There's a show. They're robots. They've been around since the 80s. And it's an animated show, but they came out with models. They came out with models, like over 3,000 of them. And here, this is what basically it is. I just got this delivery today. It's no glue. It snaps together. I built them years ago. Now, there's the MG means master grade. There's many different grades. So, and then there's perfect grade. But I found hobby tools that are pretty much Festool of hobby tools. And here is a company. Now, it's all in Japanese. It's called God Hand. Now, if you guys are building models or doing small stuff, the tools are just no comparison. They're the Festool of model tools. The nippers I have, they're not cheap. They're like, well, I got them for 45 bucks. They cut off of the sprue so close that you have almost nothing to trim off. Just sand it down. These things are, I don't know, again, I gotta look up the model number because, like I said, it's all written in Japanese. They're called flat rounds. So if I drill a hole in, say, a piece of plastic that I want to add a bolt or something to, it makes the bottom of the hole rounded. Now, you're not drilling all the way through. You're only going to drill in like halfway. Well, you take this, like just say I'm drilling a 2mm hole. I take this 2mm bit, put it into my pin vise, and turn it. And it flattens the bottom of the hole. So whatever you put in there sits flat. The upgrades. Now, as you know, like I said, I build the Warhammer models, military models. I've been doing it for years. The modifications that they make, they take one of these models and totally redo it. Totally redo it. I mean, it doesn't even look like the original model. Clay, plaster strut, tube pieces, flat pieces, triangle pieces. Unbelievable. Now, I've been watching videos in Japanese, subtitles, even if not no subtitles. I probably have learned 12 things in the past week or so, just from watching. But these tools, if you're doing models, you're doing RC, they make a whole line, and they're on Amazon. It's called God Hand, and it is the hand of God as far as tools. I mean, I have their knives I bought. I have their drill bits. I needed 1 and 2mm drill bit to drill holes through the turret for the storage, 50 caliber smoke generator grenades, and you know they give you the cases, pretty much true to life. But they have brackets, but you have to drill out the holes to make them flush with the turret. And I didn't want to futz around with, you know, just Dremel drill bits. So that's what I was looking for. And that's when I found this company. And then watching these Gundam things, that's all they use, is God Hand. And I just ordered some, and oh my God. I mean, with a pin vise, drilled through plastic like I was cutting paper with scissors. So, all right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video, and my next project, well, my daughter's vanity is here. I gotta do the top, but here's the vanity right there. That's gonna be a full video. I got the drawers in, which I actually made the drawer fronts. And now, like, this is the skirt, goes on the end here. If you could, yeah, that's the end, and that's 5 foot. And the wood's over there. I'm gonna laminate some poplar, this domino it, and do the top, and then she's gonna finish it as far as what she would like. Are we back in the view here? No, we're not. Okay. All right. So let me not make this video any longer. Okay. If you want a mic switch up stick, you want to ask a question, email me below. I'll do an unboxing of that router once, you know, in the next video. So, okay, YouTube, you all be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.